Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And welcome to our first women's transfer roundup of the summer as we have a look back at some of the deals that have happened this past week. What a busy week it has been. We've seen the top 5 clubs from last season in the WSL make signings, and it is going to be a very busy summer. Obviously, we'll see it slow down a short bit due to the World Cup taking place, but let's jump in right into the deals. So start off with the champions Chelsea. This past week they have confirmed the signings of Hannah Hampton on a free transfer after she left Aston Villa, and on Friday they confirmed the signing of Brooke Aspin on a 4-year deal from Bristol City. However, Aspin will head back to Bristol City on loan for the 2023-24 season, so some good business already done by Chelsea. Obviously they've got Kat Macario in, Ashley Lawrence, Nikki Everard's coming in is in as well. So Emma Hayes' side looking to keep a strong squad together and a good amount of players as they try and compete again for the WSL title and for the Champions League. Last season, second place Manchester United, they have completed the signing of Gemma Evans on a free agent. Evans was last season at Reading and was one of the better players in that poor Reading side that got relegated, so it'll be interesting to see how she fits in with Manchester United this coming season. Obviously they have Maya Letizier, Millie Turner, Maria Thoris-Dottier, Aoife Mannion still at the club, so it's going to be interesting to see how Mark's going to play as Gemma Evans in that defensive line at Manchester United. Arsenal, they confirmed the signing of ALESSIA RUSSO, the long-awaited transfer that has Arsenal, like many teams in the women's game, don't always confirm the length of this, but expected to be 3+ years, I would imagine, with Russo. 24 years old, absolutely fantastic signing for the Gunners. Obviously they tried to sign her back in January, had the 2 bids turned down for her, but able to get her done and dusted pre-World Cup is obviously a massive thing for Arsenal going forward, and the fantastic depth of players that they need, really, because obviously they've still got the likes of Viv Miedemar and Beth Mead to come back from their ACL injuries. Obviously bringing in Chloe Lacasse as well this summer helps Arsenal be more rounded and not have to lean so heavily on players and potentially have burnouts later on in the season, or having to rely on young academy players. Despite the academy players being really good, it's something that obviously Jonas Odefeld's side don't want to heavily rely on. Manchester City, they confirmed the signing of Jill Roord from VfL Wolfsburg on a 3-year deal. Now this is said to be a £300,000 fee for Roord that Man City have paid VfL Wolfsburg, making her the second most expensive signing ever and the most expensive WSL signing ever. Obviously Kira Walsh moving from Manchester City to Barcelona last summer is the most expensive women's football transfer of all time at this minute in the women's game. So really excited to see Roord back in England in the WSL after a couple of years over in Germany with VfL Wolfsburg. Interesting to see how she fits in. I do think it was a bit of a position they needed to fill in that number 8 role just behind the forwards, and I think Roord will absolutely do fantastically there for Gareth Taylor's side. A look at some of the other deals. Aston Villa have confirmed the signing of Lucy Parker on a free transfer after her contract with West Ham United ended. Everton have signed AC Milan forward Martina Piemonte. Again, good signing, and I think it's one that can help Everton propel them closer to the top 4. I don't know whether, obviously it's too hard to tell whether they'll definitely get top 4 next season, but trying to propel them in a way that gets them closer to the top 4 is something that is obviously going to be very key for them. And then some of the European transfers that have happened this past week. Jill Byings has switched from Bayer Leverkusen to Bayern Munich. Fantastic young Dutch international, and is looking absolutely one of these top players. Had a fantastic season last year for Bayer Leverkusen, and I think this is such a good move. If you look back at Byings last season, absolutely fantastic. Eugen Hernandez has joined Real Madrid on a free transfer from Athletic Club Bilbao, and they've also signed Marlene Chavez, a goalkeeper who was recently at Bordeaux. PSG have signed Ana Vitória from Benfica, and one transfer, big transfer obviously in America, was that Rafael Sousa's transfer to Orlando Pride after leaving Arsenal was finally confirmed by the clubs this past week. So they are the transfers of the week. Obviously there's been more, and like I said at the start, make sure you are following our websites, our social medias, where we will have updates of all the deals that happen, and each week on our new website we have a weekly breakdown of every deal, as well as a permanent fixture on our website which has all the deals of this summer. So make sure you go check them out, and we'll make sure to leave the links in the description box. And until then, make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on all the social medias, and we will see you next week.